everyone, and welcome back. Hi Mum.
Hi darling.
How are you today?
I'm very well today, thank you.
That's good. So today we're going to cook one of our favourite dishes, and that's pumpkin curry. And it's very quick, simple and easy to do. So first we're going to start by heating our fry pan, and I'm going to put that on medium heat. And I know Mum, you love cooking with gas, so this is not going to be quite as quick, but it will be just as tasty at the end. So using your favourite cooking oil, which is mustard oil, and I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons in there. We'll wait for that to heat up. And what I've already just pre-cut is one large brown onion. I've got about 4 cloves of garlic, because we love our garlic, and I've got these beautiful little sprigs of curry leaves, so we'll be popping those in shortly. And I do have a little bit of ginger that we're going to grate in too, isn't it, Mum?
That'd be good.
Alright, so we'll just swirl our beautiful mustard oil. Okay.
Put the seeds.
Alright, so first we'll put a teaspoon of mustard seeds. Okay, and then a teaspoon of cumin seeds. And a teaspoon of fenugreek seeds. And you can hear them sizzling away already. Great. And then put the chilli next, Mum.
Yeah, you can put it.
Okay. So with the chilli, the dry chilli, you can put as much or little as you like, but I'll probably put about a tablespoon and a half. And I've got these really beautiful little curry leaves here that I've homegrown. So we'll pop those in. We'll just give that a stir. So you can hear the seeds starting to pop. Ooh, there they go. So when they start to pop, then we can put the onion and garlic, Mum?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll pop the onion and garlic in. Lots of lovely garlic. Add a bit of a stir. So you can either use 2 small brown onions or the 1 large onion, like I've used. And I just swirl it around till all the onions covered in the beautiful mustard oil. And the pumpkin that we're using today is Kent pumpkin, and as you can see, I've just got a really gorgeous pumpkin that's great in colour, and that's going to look good in the dish, isn't it, Mum?
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
So that's there. So I'll just give this a little bit of a stir. So Mum, I've got a few other spices. Do I put the turmeric in now or wait till I put the pumpkin in?
You can put it now.
Put it now? Okay, so maybe like I say a sprinkle, but maybe...
Yeah, that'd be enough.
Maybe about a teaspoon.
Yeah, you don't need that much. Yeah.
No, but we love our turmeric, so...
It's good for you anyway.
Yeah. And it just gives that beautiful colour for the onions. Get that, Mum?
Looks good.
Smells good. So that's with the turmeric and the spices and the onion and garlic. And the other thing I might do is I just have a little, this is optional, we love our ginger, so I might just grate.
Oh yeah, great, yeah, that'd be good.
Just a little bit. A little bit more.
can't go wrong with ginger, you know.
No.
Yes, so you can do this, no?
Bit more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ginger can't go wrong, you know.
No.
Yes, that'd be good.
Fantastic. And so we love all our flavours, so isn't it, Mum? The ginger and garlic and
Chili.
chilli. Oh, I can smell that. All right. So, Mum, at what point will I add the pumpkin? Do you think that's
Yeah, that'd be alright now.
good now? Okay, so we're going to, I've got about 1 kilo of pumpkin here, and all I've done is dice it, so they're just, you try to keep them similar sizes, just into little dice pieces. I'm going to pop that in, a little bit there, and I will give that a stir. I'll pop that on a bit high. So I had it, my temperature gauge goes to 9. I've just been frying the spices on 6. So I've just popped it up to 8. And this is a great dish to accompany, well, if you're vegetarian like Mum and I, you can have it with, you're having dal, or what would you eat this with? And
I can even like it with flat bread, roti.
yeah,
Yeah, or you can have it with dal, rice, and you know,
yeah.
sambal, chutney, whatever. Yeah, that would be good. It can be a side dish with anything.
Yeah, or just have it
Have it as a
on its own.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Mum, should I pop the lid on to speed things up?
For a little while
Okay.
to soften up a little bit.
All right. Yeah. So again, if you are cooking with gas, it is so much quicker, isn't it, Mum? And that's what you used to always cook
I'm
with.
always used to, yeah.
So while that's cooking, I actually wanted to ask you a little bit about when you were young and what prompted you to start cooking in the first place, where you found your love, and how old would you have been roughly?
I could have been 8, and I was left by myself. My parents had a farm, sugarcane plantation. They all went with the labourers to work.
Right.
So I was left by myself, so I had to look after myself, so I started doing a bit of cooking.
Ah.
Yeah, so I thought, oh well, I mixed the flour, made a mess, but I rolled it. When I cooked it, it was good enough to eat. I was happy.
Yeah.
And my mother came, she said, oh, it's not bad. But, you know.
And did you just have to cook for yourself, or?
Well, when you have a farm, they forget about me perhaps.
Yeah.
They left early.
Yeah.
And so I was left by myself, so I had to either learn to cook,
Yes.
or just eat biscuit and stuff, but
Yeah.
I didn't want that.
Right.
So I started learning how to cook.
Right. So it was like cooking for survival.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Cooking for survival.
And was it just you, or did you have any other siblings?
At the time I was by myself.
Right.
But it was good learning. I mean, I made a bit of mess like mixing the flour naturally.
Yes.
Well, I mean, when you're a young girl.
Yes.
But in the end, it turned out very good, the roti.
So okay, and then when you got older, did you have siblings you had to cook for, or you were the only person when your mum and dad went out into the farm, into the plantation?
No, I had brothers and sisters. I had 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Okay, so then you had to cook for them as well.
Yeah.
And did they eat your cooking?
Yeah, they love my cooking. They used to wait for the plate when I make the roti.
Yeah.
I cook it and give it to them.
And what else did you cook to go with the roti when you?
Well, we used to grow vegetables.
Right.
Like long snake beans and bora beans and and cabbage and all those things.
Yeah.
All in the garden, I just go and pick and cook. It was so handy.
And so from there is when you really found your
Cooking.
Cooking. interest and maybe your natural aptitude for cooking as well.
Yeah, for survival.
Yes. And then when you went to boarding school, when you said last time you spent time with your grandmother, and she was a great cook as well.
Yeah, I used to go to Aji, my father's mother,
Yes.
and so she used to cook, so I used to watch. And that's where I learned. And sometimes she used to say, chala, stay for her,
Yeah.
just to give me a bit of interest.
Yeah.
And sometimes she would say, oh, peel this for me, garlic or something, just to get me interested, which was very good. She made me,
Yeah,
learn how to do it.
That's great. And that really is the best way, isn't it,
That's right, yeah.
to learn?
Yeah, then my grandmother was very good.
Do I need to add water at any point, Mum?
Actually done.
Don't, okay.
Because the pumpkin is better on it. Just put the lid on.
And that will create the
Steam
steam.
will cook it.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Did you put salt?
No, Mum, I didn't, and I always forget the salt, so
Better put
thank
it
you
before
for...
we forget.
Thanks.
Doesn't matter how good it is without the salt.
That's right. Thanks for reminding me.
That's alright, it's just that I didn't see you putting, so
No.
that's why I asked.
So that's 1 teaspoon. I will measure it this time. Do you think that's enough, or
Yeah, I think a tiny bit
a
more.
tiny bit more? So 1.5 maybe.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
enough. That's plenty,
Okay.
yeah.
And I will stir that. I'm always quite conscious of how much salt I eat, so I don't.
It's good to have less.
It is, but in doing so, I do tend to forget
Yeah.
to add it sometimes.
Yeah, because without salt, food is not.
No, it doesn't taste the same. Sorry, Mum, that's a chilli. So we always have a bit of a coughing fit, don't we? And I remember when Mum was growing up, when she'd be cooking and all the chilli and everything, and we'd all be coughing away, but then enjoying the beautiful food that you're cooking. So later, and so. Yeah, so that's so interesting, Mum, because you're so talented with your food, and I know growing up I would always have to have at least a second plate, or helping, because one was never enough. It was always so tasty, and I'm always fascinated where growing up in Fiji and how you became such an excellent chef.
By myself.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, yeah, because your family was so busy.
Yeah.
Or your mum and dad.
With the sugarcane plantation, with the
Yes.
labourers and all, so.
And then when you came to Australia, I know that you used to win competitions. The pineapple competition was one of the ones that you won.
I went to boarding school.
Yes.
The first.
First, that's right. Yes, yeah. And then did you cook? Did you ever cook there in boarding school? Have the opportunity?
Not. We were not allowed to cook because we had cooks.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but only when we went to family places.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a cousin, so she used to take me for the weekends or my days off.
Yes.
So I used to cook there.
Oh, good. Yeah. So you obviously started very young, and I guess I started more eating very young than cooking, because I used to sit and watch Mum, but never really dabble in.
Have to.
I didn't have to. That's right. Exactly. I didn't have to, because I had a wonderful mother who was a fantastic chef. But hopefully I'm doing you justice now, Mum.
Then you are. You're pretty good cook, Brett.
Thanks, Mum. So that's actually cooking. Yeah, you're right, Mum. I would have added water if you weren't here.
No.
So that's.
No needed, because when you put the lid on,
It creates.
the steam will cook it.
That's actually, yeah, see, that was actually looking a bit dry to me, so yeah, just a tip, if you do put the lid on when you're cooking it, if you're trying to speed things up like I am, don't add water because it's actually quite dry to start with. And then the other thing, Mum, I've got here is some, I do love, I know it's not traditional, but I do love baby spinach or greens and trying to always incorporate them into our food or meals, because especially being vegetarian. So I might add a little bit of the baby spinach later once it's...
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, I've never done it, but...
I'm just,
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I think it'd be all right, yeah.
changing the recipe a bit. And the other thing, Mum, that I actually have never used this before, but I saw into Mum and I said, let's cook this dish yesterday. So she said, oh, have you got tamarind? So, and you used to grow
Tamarind tree, yeah.
tamarind tree, didn't you, at home? So what I've done first off is Mum said just soak it into a little bit of water there, so if you can see that. And should I just use a fork to...
I usually use my hand. It's better. I don't think you can manage better with a fork.
No, I can't.
No,
so
you have to use your finger.
Okay. So I'll just break that.
Yeah, break it.
Oh, I see.
See?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Mum. So it's like, so it actually looks like chocolate. I've got a massive sweet tooth, so that's what it looks like, but it doesn't taste like that. And
you might need a bit more water.
And how would you describe tamarind, the flavour of tamarind, Mum, for those they don't know?
Oh, well, I mean, a bit close to lemon, perhaps.
But yeah, it's got a nice tangy flavour. Just add a little bit there. And so I'm just going to add, this is going to be actually beautiful, this flavour.
Some people eat tamarind with sugar.
Oh, yes.
They like the sweet and sour.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
I would probably.
Yeah, one of my brothers, Paul, used to love take the tamarind and put the sugar, the finer sugar, what do you call it?
Oh, caster sugar.
Caster sugar.
Yes.
And put it on and eat it.
Really? So Mum, I'm just doing it like that, is that right?
Yeah, that's good.
Like that.
Yeah, just...
so you keep breaking it up.
Yeah.
Till it's just like a thick... You do actually probably need to use your fingers to... So are you trying to... Oh, look, that's like a... And you discard that?
So that's the part of the fibre.
Yes. And that's seed there.
Yeah, possibly they haven't taken out. Yeah.
No. So that's just a seed there. We'll just discard that. Oh, it's quite interesting. Well, I think that packet of tamarind's going to last me quite some time.
Oh, yeah. Last
a few years, maybe. It depends how much I use it. I might now look at talking to Mum. Actually, you mentioned another recipe we can do with tamarind.
Yeah, I'll tell you one day, tamarind rasam.
Oh.
It's just made of tamarind.
Yes.
Like a soup, tamarind soup. It's very tasty. I used to love that.
Yes. We can do, that's another one we can do. So look forward to that, sharing that one with you. And so do you think do you need to completely dissolve all of the...
It's soft, is it soft?
It's very soft,
yeah. That'd be alright.
Okay.
Just take the fibres off.
Yes, yeah. That's looking good now. So that's a little concoction there. You can sort of see, but it's nice and liquidy. It smells beautiful. That's great. Okay, so we'll use that one. And I'll give this another stir. It's actually looking really good, Mum. Wow, this is great. So I think I might remove that lid now because we actually don't want to get it too watery. I'll just show you, Mum.
Oh yeah, doing alright, yeah. Can you turn it high?
Yes. Do we want to remove some of that liquid?
Well, it will dry off if you took the lid off.
Yes.
Yeah. If you put salt?
I have,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, okay.
You've got to keep an eye on it.
Like, it's just that if you don't put salt,
Yes,
you just miss out the flavour.
yes.
You
So
put,
that's-
You put chili?
I put chilli.
Yeah, that's alright.
So, did you want me to add a bit of garam masala?
Tiny bit wouldn't
A
hurt.
tiny bit? Okay. And I love the smell of that. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just
So maybe just a quarter of a teaspoon.
yeah, that's plenty, yeah. Just to give a bit of
Flavour, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what we'll do
You
is
put salt?
yes. And then I've got some really lovely
Oh.
coriander. So I will put that in right at the last moment. And that's fresh coriander. So we'll give that a little chop. Might just remove those stems, isn't it, Mum? These are beautiful.
That's really good growing.
I know. My Gwen gave me this. You know, my mother-in-law. So thank you, Gwen. That's great. It's really lovely to have it growing and just be able to cook it nice and fresh. And then I will just give that a little chop.
You know, next time we go to the Indian shop, get them to get some coriander seeds.
Oh yes. Actually, I think I might have some. I can always grow it. So,
Yeah.
Mum, that's actually looking fantastic now.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think what I might do, I'm just going to throw a little bit of my
That's alright.
spinach in. I'll just show you how it looks like before I do add that in, because this is how it traditionally looks. As you can see, it's a really colourful dish. Hopefully it's not too steamy. And I will just, you don't mind if I put some spinach in, Mum?
No.
I won't go overboard. I'll just put, and this will just wilt.
That'll wilt. It'll make it nice.
Yeah. It actually breaks down to nothing, but the,
Yeah. No, you can put some more.
yeah, I might put a little bit more.
Yeah, you can put another couple of handfuls. I think.
Yeah, because it does break down to.
Yeah, it does.
And it just makes it that little bit more healthier. You don't have to add it; it's completely optional. But I just use the baby spinach because it's a very subtle texture. It's not as heavy as silver beet or kale.
No, it's really good. You might be able to add more, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I might just do that, not to take away from the
Oh, okay.
actual pumpkin dish.
Well, if you put the lid on, it will cook it better.
That's going to just completely wilt, and then I'll just pop the coriander, and then Mum, will I put the tamarind in?
Yeah, you can put the tamarind. Might as well. So the pumpkin is cooked, isn't it?
It is cooked,
Yes,
yes.
that's why.
I've actually turned it, I'll turn the heat off, and then that's okay to go now.
Yeah.
Just pour that in.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's going to taste great. Okay. So I've turned the heat off.
Oh, do you think?
Or keep it on?
No, on. I think
On,
just
sorry.
to give a quick.
Stir through.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh yes, that's lovely, Mum. And do you normally cook it to maintain the pieces of the pumpkin, or that's okay like that?
Well, I like sort of a pretty mixed soft.
Yeah, so that's I'm glad, because that's how it's ended up. I wasn't sure if you I was trying to remember back.
It's tastier if it's messed up.
Yeah, mashed up. Yeah, I was trying to remember when you were cooking, when you cook the dish rather. I just can't remember. I think it was so tasty. I just used to eat it really quickly. So I've just got that on high, Mum.
Yeah.
So you let me know when.
Yeah, it won't take long. I don't know if you remember, I used to grow pumpkin in the backyard.
I know. You used to grow everything. I remember everything. Darlo and beans and everything. It was wonderful. It was like a vegetable shop at home. Mum, how's that going?
Yeah, that's good.
Do you think that's ready?
Yeah, well, I don't think I don't think we should cook the greens too much.
No, that's right.
That by the time you put the lid on.
Well, I'm going to pop it in our serving dish,
Oh, okay. That's
and
all right.
then it will be ready to.
That'd be good. That's just right.
Oops.
Looks good. It smells good.
Take that lid off. Okay. So this is it.
You put salt, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I always tell Mum before we start to keep reminding me if I've added salt.
Well, it's just that if you miss salt,
Yeah, it's not the same.
spoils the flavour.
It does.
Oh, looks good, Brett.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looks fantastic, and I can smell that tamarind.
Yeah. So good.
And there we go. So, well, I know what Mum and I are having for lunch. So there you have it. That's it there, Mum.
Oh, smells good.
So that's our pumpkin curry, and again, you can be a little bit more adventurous and add some greens to it if you want, or you can just have it plain and have it with a salad on the side. But we hope you've enjoyed that, and also if you don't have the tamarind, it doesn't matter. That
Lemon. Use lemon juice instead.
Right, so that's really important to tell you. If you use lemon juice or tomato,
Yeah, tomato would be alright too.
yes, either or any Indian shop has this tamarind, and it's not the paste; it's just the actual original. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.
Bye.
Bye for now.